Senator Williams and I, and probably Senator Schickel and I, disagree a little bit on Frogtown. As many of you know, I inherited it when I came in, and I wasn't aware of all the plans going on. So I believe I was the only elected official that met with you all from Frogtown to listen to the input. And my job as your state representative is to listen to your input. So I did. And I met with the Kentucky Transportation District 6 and talked about it. I've also worked a lot with the county in discussing these plans. And I've talked a lot with our sheriff's department and getting traffic reports, accident reports. So the question is it worth spending its millions that we're in? So right now, I did not make Frogtown one of my top priorities for funding. Actually, it was like my 5th priority. For me, it's hard to understand, why do we need 3 lanes that go all the way across with the 2 10-foot footpaths on either side? I think there's some room for negotiation. So the plan right now for Frogtown, they did put in a study to look at, instead of taking, at one point it was like 40 houses they were going to take. Now it's down to 15, I believe, and it's taking every other house. It's bizarre. People that back up on Triple Crown, there's 4 houses back there that still are going to lose significant amounts of property. So in talking with KYTC6, I've been talking about what does a buyout look like. I'm still hopeful that that isn't going to happen. The design right now is supposed to come out in the summer of next year is to look at taking that road behind those houses. What I'm concerned about is I don't believe there's been adequate public input. And as Chad said, you may get that small little sign that says, hey, we're having a public input, but I don't think most of you knew about it, which is a little disappointing to me. So for me, I didn't feel good about funding that road, knowing that we haven't looked at alternatives. And what I've heard from many of you on Frogtown is that you are willing to look at some alternatives, perhaps, putting a sidewalk under, seeding some of that, or looking at alternative plans, but not taking all those houses. So that's where I still stand on it. We're up about 18.5 million just for right-of-way, just to buy out the houses. And then the construction is $27.2 million. That just to me seems like an awful lot of money for what are we connecting there? It's the residential neighborhoods. And my fear is I've also heard from the residents north of Frogtown that already people are cutting off Mount Zion, zipping through the neighborhoods to get to Triple Crown. If you build it, they will come. So if we keep building these bigger roads, then we are going to get the increased traffic. So I still am with you on, I don't think the design is the best. I don't think that's the best use of our money. My priority was to do something with Richwood. We're going to have semis rolling down Richwood, and already in that roundabout, which will probably be too small for the amount of semi-trucks coming into the Publix.
Yeah.
Yes, again, it's afterthought. So that's where I stand on Frogtown. We are going to do a great job in keeping you informed of when the public meeting is and kind of force that to happen. I did meet with KYTC6 and get the relocation package. The inevitable is that you have to sell out. I, like Chet, am a firm believer in property rights. And I believe that is your property. And I'm concerned, many of you that are sitting on 1.5 acres, 2 acres where you can go. So it is a generous relocation package, and I have that. I'm happy to share that with you or give you the links to get to that. My concern still is going to be, what is that federal capital gains tax that you're going to be paying on that property? So you don't pay state, but it's federal. And so do they consider that in the package? I see a whole lot of they may. The state may, not the state shall. So I think those are a lot of questions that you guys need to know, or to be able to ask and to be able to have those as firmed up as you can be if you choose to sell the property.